Swords up, throw it up, throw it up, throw it up, throw it up. Swords up, throw it 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 up. Hey, throw them swords up, throw them swords up. Where you at? Where you at? Throw them up, throw them up. Avengers, where you at? Where you at? Throw them up, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Dani in the house, in the house. Avengers in the house, in the house. Swords up, turn up. Let's get messy, let's get nosy. Let's go. Give him the tea, give him the news, give him the biz, give him the mess, the mess. Swords up, throw it up. Swords up, throw it up. Hey, throw them swords up. Where you at? Throw them up. Avengers, where you at? Throw them up. Then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Who gon' check me? I'm playing chess. You playing checkers. Checkmate. Next caller. Swords up. Up. I don't like it. Can't stand you. If it's up, then it's stuck. It's stuck. Swords up. Up. You're mad. You're pressed. Got your bother. Got your trigger. Swords up. Throw it up. Swords up. Throw it up. Hey, throw them swords up. Where you at? Throw them up. Avengers, where you at? Throw them up. Then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Let's go. Start the show. Symbol. We in chill. Let's go. Avengers, assemble. Lights, camera, action. We ready. Stay ready. Swords up. Throw it up. Swords up. Throw it up. Hey, throw them swords up. Where you at? Throw them up. Avengers, where you at? Throw them up. Then slice.
This video is used for educational purposes only, under the Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. This video is used for educational purposes only, under the Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976.
Getting turned up. Don't give a fuck. It is ass up. Acting stuck up.
This video is used for educational purposes only, under the Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976.
Back it up, back that ass up. I'm sipping on drinks. I can think, I can stuck up, getting tucked up. Shaking my ass.
This video is used.
Grown, too grown, taking pics with my phone. I can snooty, I'm bougie. Looking good, looking hood, I'm looking real pretty. I'm real cutie. I keep myself together, got my shit together. I'm super fly, no lie. I know how to snap, no cap. I'm independent, not dependent on nobody. I'm a somebody to a nobody. I got a mean walk, mean hand, sexy body, curvy body. Classy, but sassy, humble, but I'm trouble. I'm trouble, I'm trouble, I'm trouble. In the club, getting turned up, stuck up, like I don't give a fuck. Backing his ass up, acting stuck up, like I don't give a fuck. Dance like you stuck up, 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 stuck up. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up, back that ass up, back it up, back it up, back it. Don't give a fuck, give a fuck. They say I'm stuck up, that think I'm all that. Don't care what they think, they mad cause I'm right. Don't care what they think, I'm confident, not cocky. I got hands like Rocky. They hate me cause I'm pretty, they wanna be me. They want what I got, they mad cause I'm hot. I'm doing my thing, doing big things, making big moves. I know how to dance, how to move, how to work, how to twerk. Watch me twerk, 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 watch me twerk. In the club, getting turned up, stuck up, like I don't give a fuck. Backing his ass up, acting stuck up, like I don't give a fuck. Dance like you stuck up, 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 stuck up. Back it up, 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 back that ass up, back it 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 up. You don't give a fuck, give a fuck, give a fuck, give a fuck.
Yes, auntie, yes. Now I wasn't gonna go live until I told y'all like Sunday, but I just had to come back on to tell y'all the news. Yes, auntie, yes. Let me stop doing this voice like I'm in that movie and I'm not in that movie. You know what movie I'm talking about? Yeah. Anyways, y'all, listen. It's not acting like auntie. Oh my gosh. Jackie is finally defended in a lawsuit. See, it's a lot of times nobody wants to add her as a defendant. And let me tell you something, that on this Saturday, March 8th, 2025, I am to tell you that Jacqueline Suzette Wright is now a defendant in the lawsuit. Yes. Woo! Now y'all might say, what lawsuit? Now, when I say this is a mess, this is a mess. If you know my channel, you know good and well when I say liar versus liar. Liar versus liar. You know what that means. and may the best liar win. Without further ado, I will update my title and give y'all the deets. But who's suing who? So a lawsuit was amended on March 7th, 2025. And Jag was added to the amended lawsuit. Hit that like button because I stayed up late to bring y'all this exciting, breaking, crazy news. Shout out to Down the Rabbit Hole News. Mike, put some rabbits in the chat. Put some rabbits in the motherfucking chat to show love for my girl Down the Rabbit Hole News for sending me this document on tonight to bring this breaking news. Put some rabbits in the chat. Shout out to Down the Rabbit Hole News. I appreciate it, girl. So, basically, Jack has been added to the amended lawsuit of none other than Ashley Parham. I know. Don't throw tomatoes. I gave you a disclaimer. I said liar versus liar. Now, some people might actually believe the whole Ashley. Now, if I did believe anything about Ashley before it went out the window when she added Jack to this lawsuit, y'all, let's get into it. Jacqueline Suzette Wright, known as Jaguar Pussy Diaper Jaguar Wright, was added to the amended lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs and others. This case, Parham versus Combs et al., is not just another civil lawsuit. It's a Rico case. Rico case accusing Diddy and his associates of human trafficking, essay, and organized criminal activity. Jaguar Wright is now a named defendant, meaning she has been accused of playing a role in this alleged criminal enterprise. We are going to break down exactly what she did, how she got involved, and what this means for her. Jag, you are officially labeled, and you said that you supplied Diddy's parties with, sex workers. You said you supplied the parties with sex workers since 2005. You said you were a trafficker. So now you have been named and labeled and declared as a sex trafficker. So shout out to everybody that follows Jag and you follow a Diddy person that supplied Diddy with sex workers. Now y'all see, y'all don't like Diddy. Y'all don't like Diddy because you said he's bad. But what about the people that actually supply his parties with the sex workers, the sex traffickers? So yeah. So this lawsuit was filed in the Northern District of California and accuses Diddy and multiple co-defendants of running an organized ring that lured victims, drugged the victims, and subjected them to horrific abuse. The plaintiffs, including Ashley Parham and some dolls, say they were trafficked, essayed, and even held captive as part of this alleged criminal operation. Jaguar Wright was not in the original complaint again, but new information led to her being named in the amended lawsuit. I mean, she does go around stating that she, supplied his parties with, sex workers. She even said it on Piers Morgan. Right, Jag? You said it on Piers Morgan. You have admitted to this publicly that you have done this. Oh my gosh. And you know what they say? Sometimes civil lawsuits can lead to criminal lawsuits. Unless you have evidence to prove that, you're Jag. So, yeah, let's get to it. Jaguar allegedly helped move victims from one location to another, specifically driving them to a house where assaults took place. She wasn't okay, let me actually get to the whole lawsuit. Let me actually pull up. Let me show you all the whole thing, okay? I took some notes really quick, but I want to actually pull up the whole document. So let me pull up the whole thing so y'all can see. For y'allselves. The receipts under the receipts. Oh my gosh, y'all, listen. What news? Like, are y'all happy that I just stayed on to just bring all this information? Like even I just did an 8-hour live. And I'm tired, but I'm I gotta, it's no way I could just go to bed and not bring all this. Shout out to Periwinkle Sparkle. Thank you so much. It says, pass the offering plate. Child, the offering plate was already earlier and everybody has already spoiled me. Y'all have already spoiled me for the whole month. Wait, I ain't gonna go that far. But y'all have already spoiled me already, okay? So nobody has to pass any offering plate. That they were making a win at my earlier live. Okay, we did 8-hour live and they did all the spoiling. I'm spoiled enough. Okay, at this point, I'm a brat. I'm gonna change my name to Dani the Brat. Because they made me a spoiled brat. But I did forget somebody. I want to give a shout out to Cher. Cher, I did not see your cash app earlier. I definitely want to give you a shout out. Okay, I apologize. She says, for Wayne and Truth over here with the go of YouTube. I appreciate it. Make a win. Shout out to Cher. Thank you so much for the cash app. I definitely do appreciate the fan funding. So let's go ahead and get to yeah, I'm a spoiled brat. Thanks to y'all, okay? Hold on. Let me take this down. Let me remove this. So look at, come on. You cannot be doing this. It's not there yet. Hold on. Okay, I see it on my end, but I don't see it on y'all's end. Hold on. Okay, I don't want it that big. Okay, can y'all see that? Is that good enough? Okay. So let's go. This is amended complaint, as I just stated. Now, I'm not gonna read 87 pages. This is like amended. This is like something that was already covered before. Amended means they just made some adjustments and added some new information. So they pretty much added Jag, okay? So, as I said, United States District Court for the Northern District of California, Ashley Parham, Jane Doe, and John Doe. So it says Jane Doe and John Doe, so it looks like multiple, a man and a woman, and then Ashley. Okay, and then it says amended complaint, demand for jury trial, and these are all the defendants. Let's read all the names of defendants. I normally don't read all the names of defendants, but since Jack's name is here, I'm gonna do it. Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, Puff Daddy Love, Puffy and Diddy, Christina Coram, Shane Pierce, Ruben Valdez, John. Okay, let's skip over the names. Odell Beckham. Okay, Odell Beckham Jr. was added. John Pelletier or something. Drew Desberdes. Okay, Druski. So Druski was. Why was Druski added? Jacqueline Wright, aka Jaguar Wright. Helena Harris Scott, and then some other people. Brandy Cunningham, Matias Gonzalez, Janice Combs. Did I say Janice or Janice? Okay, Janice Combs, Keith Luggs, aka Big Homie CC. Let me change my title. Big Homie CC, where you at? Cause you tried to co-sign for Ronnie Bo. So breaking news, Jaguar Wright and Big Homie. Let me put my title right. And Big Homie CC. And change my title. Big Homie CC are getting sued. Added to Sean Diddy Combs trafficking laws. Now it's too long. Yes, my title will be changed throughout this live as I go through because I want to probably add Ashley Parham to it. Anyways, let's get back to it. So Big Homie CC and so Keith Luggs, I know his name was Keith Luggs, aka Big Homie CC and Jag, and then John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10 are the defendants. So Jag, welcome to the whole list of defendants. Oh, so Jag, you're a defendant with Diddy? Actually, you know what? I need to actually pull up the Piers Morgan interview. Because in the Piers Morgan interview, Jag said that she supplied his party, Diddy's parties, with sex workers. Some people are gonna learn that it's not a great idea to lie. Because now you are being named. You get out here and lie, and this is what happens to you. My. Oh, my. Hold on. I made a whole video on all her stuff. Yeah, I remember I did like a 19-minute video of Jag talking about sex trafficking and I put Jaguar Wright can lead the movement on Jay-Z and all that. Yeah, let's get to it.
Oh, how?
Oh, wow. Amaze balls. Why I say amaze balls? Oh, yeah. I just feel like a different person on tonight.
And a lot of times they listen.
Hold
They
on.
definitely listen when I let them talk to my witnesses. Anonymous informants have
Oh
that
yeah.
footage.
Tell us all
Sometimes
about it,
I like
Jag.
I had hidden cameras on all of my.
They got evidence to prove that your own words. You said you were a trafficker out of your own mouth. Yeah, exactly. They're suing to defend. She's a defender of freedom, a trafficker. Somebody sent this lawsuit to Flynn. Let me turn my background music off real quick.
He tried to steal everything I love.
You talk about a lot of people in the industry, but what's some things that you can be real about yourself? Like, what are some of the things that you have actually done?
I was a pimp.
Who was you pimping?
Girls, sometimes boys. They worked for me.
So that's why you was able to be in these rooms and see the things that you seen?
I was in those rooms even when I wasn't physically in those rooms because I had hidden cameras on all of my workers. I keep
Jaguar,
hidden
the hidden
cameras.
cameras, that's way back in the day.
Workers. Yeah, who do you think I am?
You Jaguar Wright, baby. That's why I'm up here talking to you. I believe in a lot of stuff that you say. Sometimes I feel like
have
you say
been wearing
stuff,
body cams since 2005. I had no choice. After I found out the truth about what happened to Aaliyah. Well, see, who said that I'm going to use that footage for content? Maybe it's only evidence. Maybe some of those tapes have already made it to the DOJ. Maybe that gave the Homeland Security enough. You know, anonymous informants are very, very, very useful.
That's real. Now, can I ask you
I'm not going to say I'm a fed. And I'm not going to say I'm a snitch. What I will say is, I talk to people in law enforcement. And a lot of times they listen. But they definitely listen when I let them talk to my witnesses.
For those who were never at these freak-off parties, what were they like?
See, this is the thing. Everything that I'm about to say to you is not my firsthand knowledge. It is my firsthand witness account experience. I was a sex worker. I was a dominatrix before I got my record deal. That's how I know how the dark world and the sex world and the entertainment world run hand in hand. That's why the movie Blink Twice is so important. Salute to Zoe Kravitz. The sex workers that I have worked with throughout the years and continue to work with even to this day have worn hidden cameras. I have my own tapes. I've seen what they do. The ritualistic behaviors, the drugging, putting girls in the suitcases.
My, how very interesting that Jag supplied Diddy with, and she said it in more than one video that she supplied his parties with sex workers. So she admitted to sex trafficking women and men on multiple occasions. So, what is she going to say when she's called in? Where's her evidence and where's her receipts? Where are they, Toots? Do you have it, Toots? See, you shouldn't get online because somebody actually might, add you to a lawsuit. So anyways, let's get back to the lawsuit so we can discuss it further and what it all, says about Jag and her involvement with Diddy. Imagine this. You're working alongside Diddy and with Diddy, Jag, according to this. It's true. So I'm gonna do like a search of her name. So in this first block right here, it's just pretty much going over the plaintiffs, which I already just mentioned, which is Ashley Parham, John Doe, and Jane Doe. Together, plaintiffs filed their complaint against defendants, and they name all the defendants again. I'm not going to rename the defendants. Jag is right. She's named as Jacqueline Wright right here in this lawsuit, right? And then let me actually zoom out a little bit, y'all. This case involves Rico Enterprise for the purpose of SA battery, grape, false imprisonment, and kidnapping for the personal and financial benefit to the enterprise participants. Defendant Diddy has been sued by countless individuals for crimes similar to the ones enumerated in this complaint. Defendant Diddy is currently a federal inmate awaiting criminal trial for crimes similar to the ones enumerated in this complaint. Defendant Diddy is currently a federal inmate awaiting criminal trial for crimes similar. I already read that part. Hold on. Defendant KK is an employee of Defendant Diddy, often referred to by Defendant Diddy as his right-hand woman. So Defendant KK is employee of Diddy. And Defendant Diddy's predatory behavior was constant and was well known by several individuals, including Defendant Diddy's employees, staff, friends, family, and associates. In fact, Defendant Diddy's sons are being sued for engaging in the same. I keep getting a pop-up on my end for some reason. The same type of deviant behavior as their father, as pled in a Los Angeles Superior Court filing. Defendant Diddy was able to effectuate his crimes and evade capture and prosecution for his crimes for almost 30 years due to his position. Hold on, y'all. I got to figure out how I can stop this pop-up on my end real quick. Hold on. And his relationships with powerful individuals to force sexual acts through exploitation, fear, manipulation, physical threats, emotional abuse, intimidation, and retaliation. Had any of the previous victims of Defendant Diddy been taken seriously, or had any of the abettors one second, reported Defendant Diddy's actions to law enforcement, Defendant Diddy's illegal and unfathomable behavior and have been prevented. Instead, Defendant Diddy was able to rein his abuse and terrorism on countless victims for over 30 years. Hold on one second. So again, this lawsuit has already been previously read before. Jag was just added as an amended name. Okay. So additionally, had Defendant Diddy's numerous business partners and associates not ignored Defendant Diddy's deviant behavior, Defendant Diddy will have been unable to continue his pattern of abuse over such a long period of time. As alleged herein, Defendant Diddy abused his position of power in the entertainment industry to garner loyalty and trust from the public at large and law enforcement while instilling fear and intimidation in the hearts of his voluminous victims. Allegations against Defendant Diddy have been disregarded for decades, therefore creating a failure to protect victims like the plaintiffs named herein. Okay, let me see if I can actually refresh this. Y'all can sit on y'all end, but on my end, I have a annoying pop-up. Hold on. Okay, unlike most victims of defendant Diddy, who were employees, sex workers, or individuals seeking out defendant to help launch their careers, plaintiff Parham does not fall into any of those categories. Plaintiff Parham met defendant Diddy due to happenstance and still ended up being brutally victimized in a similar manner as described by the others who have preceded her falling and others who will surely follow, including plaintiffs those herein. Plaintiffs John and Jane Doe met with defendant Diddy through their connections in the music industry, as plaintiff John Doe was a previous plaintiff against Michael Jackson for SA as a minor. Due to the all right, y'all heard that. Due to defendants' agreement to participate in a corrupt enterprise, plaintiffs and countless other victims have been immeasurably and permanently harmed. Plaintiffs allege as follows upon personal knowledge as to themselves and their own acts and experience, and as to all other matters upon information and belief, including investigations conducted by their attorneys. Plaintiff Ashley Parham is an individual who resides in and is domiciled in California. Plaintiff John Doe is an individual who is domiciled in Nevada and resides in another state purposely to protect his safety and identity. Plaintiff Jane Doe is an individual who is domiciled in Nevada and resides in another state purposely to protect her safety and identity. Defendant Sean Combs, defendant Diddy, is an individual who resides in and is domiciled in California. Defendant also owns a residence in Florida. However, defendant Diddy is currently an inmate at MDC in Brooklyn, New York. Defendant Christina Quorum, defendant KK, is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in and is domiciled in either California or North Carolina. Defendant Shane Pierce, Shane, is an individual who resides in and is domiciled in California. And it says restaurant manager at Sir Francis Drake, Kempton Hotel. Defendant Ruben Lyra or Valdez, or Lyra, I think I is in Spanish. Lyra Valdez is an individual who resides in and is domiciled in California. Defendant John Lawrence Pelletier is an individual who resides in and is domiciled in Nevada or Hawaii. Defendant Odell Beckham Jr. Odell is an individual who resides in and is domiciled in Florida, previously referred to as Jane Doe in plaintiff Parham's original complaint. So in the original complaint, Odell was actually Beckham Jr. was actually labeled as a John Doe, but now he has been named. Okay, so sometimes they'll have a defendant as a Doe, and then later they'll name the person. Druski. So Druski is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in and is domiciled in either Maryland or Georgia, previously referred to as John Doe and plaintiff Parham's original complaint. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Defender of Freedom, awardee. Defendant Jaguar Wright is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in and is domiciled in California or Nevada. And they put her mugshot. Why y'all put the mugshot photo? So they got her mugshot in this lawsuit. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I told y'all this. Listen. Now, I want Jack to be sued also by someone that's like, can Jay-Z sue her for all the allegations? Like, can somebody else sue her too? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, for now, I mean, Jack, she claimed to be a sex trafficker. So, I mean, that's why she's named. Okay, I'm sure this is gonna cause a lot of, talk and conversation. Shout out to let me give a shout out to Becky with the good hair for the super sticker. So what do y'all think about this so far? Thank you so much for the super sticker fan funding. I definitely do appreciate it. Yes, I appreciate the support. Also shout out to Lady Letitia as well. She says, wow, yeah, like what is going on here? Yeah, shout out to you for the fan funding. I definitely do appreciate it. And shout out to my girl Rabbit. She says, Dani putting in work, hit the like button. Yeah, child. I just did like an almost 9-hour live. Yeah, I can bear. I'm trying to stay awake so I can get this out. But yeah, so shout out to you. I definitely do appreciate it. Again, shout out to Rabbit for definitely sending me this before I was about to, chill out. Anyway, shout out to you. I appreciate it. Happy anniversary. Definitely a day one. And that's my friend Rabbit. Shout out to you. Shout out to Alicia as well. Thank you so much for the super sticker fan funding. I appreciate it. And everybody else, remember, yeah, she probably gonna say it's AI, Becky. But support my channel for free just by what getting that like. But yeah, shout out to you for the fan funding again. She's gonna say it's AI. Oh, I never said those statements. My, I never said that. That's AI. Like I would ever say I'm a sex trafficker. She gonna say it's AI, but bitch, you said it on Piers Morgan and everywhere. You even reshared it to your own channel. So have a see you bragged about the Piers Morgan. So it's too late, toots. Okay, that's what happens when you lie, child. You end up in somebody now can say you trafficked them. So okay. Defendant Helena Harris Scott. Helena is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in and is domiciled in California. Defendant Matias Gonzalez is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in and is domiciled in Nevada. And defendant Brandy Cloninger Cunningham, defendant Brandy, is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in and is domiciled in Arkansas, previously referred to as Jane Doe in plaintiff Parham's original complaint. Defendant Janice Combs is an individual who resides in and is domiciled in Florida. And defendant Keith Lux, defendant Big Homie CC, is an individual who, upon information and belief, I'm sorry, y'all, I can't. Why they drove this picture? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, but that picture caught me by surprise. I didn't look over this whole thing, y'all. Listen, oh, they got Jad looking like that. Oh shit. Y'all gotta chill, okay? Well, y'all know, y'all. Oh yeah, did I tell you that Ariel Mitchell kid is behind this? I forgot. I need to say Ariel Mitchell kid is representing Parham, y'all. Okay. Oh gosh. Woo. Oh Lord. Okay. But yeah, Ariel Mitchell is the one representing this. Okay, so. Woo. Okay, so defendant Keith Lux, defendant Big Homie CC, is an individual who, upon information and belief, resides in and domiciled in Nevada. Okay. Defendant John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10 are individuals who, upon information and belief, reside in and are domiciled in various states, but mainly California. So this is going over the jurisdiction, venue, timelines in California's SA and Cover Up Accountability Act. I'm not going to go over this. Okay. Just based on like, is this a proper jurisdiction to handle this case? Is this a proper venue, the proper like for this case as well, and things like that. So I will be just going over the main like allegations against Jag and the other defendants as a brief overview, because like I said, this is not a new lawsuit. I repeat, this is not a new lawsuit. This is an amended lawsuit. Amended. That means there have been some edits or corrections to it. Okay. And then some added people. Okay. Yeah. So now I'm going to actually do a Control F for this document for Jag's name. And so let me go back up real quick so I can show y'all this. At the very top, as you can see, the law firms for Nevada is the Sean R. Perez Esquire, law offices of Sean R. Perez. And then right under there, there's Ariel Mitchell. Okay, Ariel Mitchell. So she's also a part of this. That's lawyers for the plaintiffs. Okay, so now let's go ahead and scroll through so we can get Jack's name. Okay. For those that actually want to hear the full reading, this is actually an old lawsuit for Parham. This is not a new case, so I mean, it's already available to you. I'm only showing like the amended things. Okay. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Okay, right here, line 202, right here, it says, upon information to believe, defendants Jaguar and Helena were in a small sedan, light color, white or beige. So I'm going to actually go up here real quick. Because it's actually... right, this actually shows her on line 201. So right here, so let's start with line 201. The next morning, plaintiffs were restrained and bound by their hands and front and were placed into a vehicle. Plaintiffs then saw defendants Jaguar and Helena. Upon information to believe, defendant Jaguar and Helena were in a small sedan, light color, white or beige. Plaintiffs were then transported to the location of Plaintiff Parham's brutal assault on Loma Vista Drive by defendants Jaguar and Helena. Defendant Helena. Defendant Helena was the driver and defendant Jaguar was the passenger. Defendant Helena warned, or it could be Helena, but Helena, warned plaintiffs if they tried to escape or run that she would have to shoot you. So there, you see how Jag is added here. So defendant Helena also warned plaintiffs not to throw up her vehicle, saying you better not throw up in my car or get sick. So it means not to throw up. It says right there, not throw up. Defendant Helena mentioned having two partners as backup who were bounty hunters. Plaintiffs were familiar with defendant Helena as she had filed a lawsuit against superstar singer Michael Jackson in 2005 and filed a creditor's claim against the Jackson estate upon his untimely demise in 2009. Plaintiffs were familiar with defendant Helena from her previous Michael Jackson lawsuits and had previously met with defendant at her home in West Hollywood to determine the credibility of her claims and if they were similar in nature to plaintiffs. Plaintiffs had reported defendant Helena multiple times to the LA and OC FBI field offices for her role in the crime syndicate with defendants Pelletier and Valdez and other individuals. Plaintiffs attempted to make conversation with defendant Helena in which she admitted she was the same person who plaintiffs had met with previously. And defendant Jaguar aggravated stated, "You let them know who you are? That's really great." Anyway, so you let them know who you are? That's really great. Plaintiffs noticed defendants had large brown bags and manila envelopes full of cash that was banded. It appeared they were separating the large sums of cash to distribute as they were placing cash into the manila envelopes. Defendant Jaguar discussed with defendant Helena how the party started the first Black-owned network. Upon information to believe, plaintiffs believed that network to be Revolt TV. Defendant Jaguar and defendant Helena discussed the other co-conspirators, but referred to them by their middle names: Natasha, defendant KK Pedro, defendant Gonzalez, Lyra, defendant Valdez, Cornelius, defendant Odell, and Larry, shortened for Lawrence, defendant Pelletier. When defendant Jaguar said Cornelius, It upset defendant Helena, who said that defendants Odell and Druski were her clients and nothing better happened to them, and plaintiffs better not say anything about them or she would have plaintiffs unalived. Defendant Jaguar then told plaintiffs they were being taken to meet John. Plaintiffs now know that was referring to defendant Diddy. So they were told they were being taken to meet John, and you know who a John is, right? So they're saying that was referring to Diddy. So they're saying that Jag told the plaintiffs that she was taking them to meet Diddy. So what do y'all think about that? When defendants arrived with plaintiffs at the Loma Vista location, it appears as if they were waiting and coordinating for others to arrive. A large sedan arrived and plaintiffs were placed in the back with defendant Valdez. Defendant Pelletier was driving. They didn't even check this because they had word like as a duplicate. Plaintiffs then arrived at a short driveway curb. Plaintiff remembers looking for intersecting signs at the location and found dead-end streets off of Loma Vista Drive. Plaintiff John Doe repeated the name of the street to himself, so he remembered and was able to whisper into Jane Doe's ear to remember the intersecting street name. Hold on a second. Plaintiffs believe this was the home they would be murdered in and tried to devise a plan for escape. And it says plaintiffs were brought into the house and into the kitchen where they were watched by defendant Gonzalez. Plaintiffs repeated their pleas to defendant Gonzalez to be released and for mercy, which he replied, "There's nothing he can do." Plaintiffs could hear other people inside the home and tried to listen to understand what was happening, which included a woman's scream. Eventually, plaintiffs were led deeper into the home where they encountered more individuals, including defendant Diddy. Plaintiffs observed several individuals gathered around a bed while defendants Gonzalez and Valdez stood out of guard. Plaintiffs observed defendants Jaguar and Helena enter the residence. Defendant Jaguar told plaintiffs, "He wants something you have. If I were you, I'd figure out what it is really fast." That defendant was referring to is believed to be defendant Diddy. "He wants something you have. If I were you, I'd figure out what it really is fast." Yeah. Shortly after defendant Druski appeared wearing a vest and shorts, and he engaged in conversation with plaintiffs. Plaintiffs tried to appeal to defendant by talking about the music industry, and defendant instructed plaintiffs that they should cooperate. Plaintiffs described what they observed during the assault of plaintiff Parham after this interaction with defendant Druski. Plaintiffs observed plaintiff Parham having an IUD, trigger warning, forcibly placed in her vagina by defendants KK with the assistance of defendant Brandy. Plaintiffs heard defendant KK make a remark about how plaintiff Jane Doe would not need an IUD because of her age. She would not need an IUD because of her age. While hearing plaintiff Parham's screaming agony during the forced IUD insertion, plaintiff Jane Doe yelled, "Stop hurting her!" Plaintiffs observed defendant Shane place a pillow over plaintiff Parham's face, suffocating her, and plaintiff Jane Doe yelled for them to stop or that she would die. Plaintiff Jane Doe believes plaintiff Parham did lose consciousness because she became limp and unresponsive. Defendant Diddy instructed defendant Valdez to shut her up, and defendant Valdez hit plaintiff Jane Doe with the handle of his firearm. Plaintiff Jane Doe witnessed plaintiff Parham being assaulted by the remote, and when he tried to say something, plaintiff was told to shut up or they will put the remote in him next. Plaintiff John Doe believes he heard defendant Jaguar make remarks, "Put that remote in her. She's going to learn today," and telling plaintiff Parham that she was going to make it worse. Plaintiffs believe the remote assault was to punish plaintiff Parham for the IUD failure. Plaintiffs heard defendant KK remark to defendants Diddy and Druski that she needed to help them sufficiently drugged and rebuild a bag full of drugs and paraphernalia. Defendant KK appeared to be dispersing doses to defendants, asking them their weights to administer the proper amount. At some point, plaintiff John Doe was taken to the bathroom. While in the bathroom, he believed there may have been other tenants and began to bang on the walls, hoping someone would hear him. But the only person who heard him was defendants Valdez and Gonzalez, who were outside keeping watch. Upon plaintiff John Doe's return, he saw defendant Odell. Plaintiff John Doe took immediate notice of defendant Odell because when he took his clothes off, plaintiff remembers defendant being in great shape, especially in comparison to the naked bodies of defendants Diddy and Druski. Plaintiff John Doe overheard defendant Diddy and Odell discussing business and the plan to have plaintiff Parham return to New York with defendant Odell. Plaintiff John Doe could not readily observe where plaintiff Jane Doe was during this time. While during this time where plaintiff Jane Doe was out of the sight of plaintiff John Doe, plaintiff Jane Doe was being essayed by defendant Valdez in another room. Plaintiff John Doe witnessed the gang rape of plaintiff Parham. Plaintiff Jane Doe witnessed the gang rape of plaintiff Parham. Plaintiff John Doe witnessed defendant Druski douse plaintiff Parham in baby oil and then jumped and slid across her body. Plaintiff John Doe observed defendants Diddy and Druski manically and hysterically laughing, which plaintiff attributed to their drug use. Defendant Diddy then attempted to force plaintiff John Doe to also assault plaintiff Parham, and he refused. Defendant Diddy instructed defendant co-conspirators to throw plaintiff John Doe into the wall several times in order to get him to comply with his demand to grade plaintiff Parham, which he would not comply. Defendant Diddy instructed defendant co-conspirators to yank, grab, and pull at plaintiff John Doe's genitals violently in an effort to punish him for not participating in the gang rape of plaintiff Parham. Plaintiff Jane Doe remembers defendant Big Homie CC saying he was going to look for pliers to use it to further torture plaintiff. Plaintiff Jane Doe believes defendant Diddy wanted plaintiff to grade plaintiff Parham so they could frame him in the event plaintiff Parham reported her for assault. In an effort to get DNA from plaintiff John Doe to place on plaintiff Parham, defendant Diddy had one of the defendant co-conspirators orally copulate plaintiff John Doe to get semen from him, but it failed. Okay, this is a little too much on this one. Okay, let's see. Plaintiff Jane Doe observed defendant KK return to the room to check on plaintiff Parham and providing her an IV, telling her to breathe deeply. Plaintiff John Doe watched plaintiff Parham lose consciousness. At some point, plaintiff Jane Doe returns after defendants Diddy, Shane, Druski, Odell, KK, and others leave the home and retire to either the backyard or to the upstairs patio. Plaintiffs were left alone and unattended with an unconscious plaintiff Parham. Plaintiffs were crying after observing the assault upon plaintiff Parham and began to realize this was their next chance to devise a plan for escape. Plaintiffs began looking around for weapons and exit points to make their escape. Plaintiffs could not find any phones or any weapons like knives in the kitchen, as it appeared all the cutlery and silverware had been removed from the home. Plaintiffs were trying to act quickly while the defendants left them unattended and were outside smoking, drinking, and loudly laughing as if having a party. Plaintiffs observed others outside believed to be defendant Diddy's sons, Christian and Quincy. Plaintiffs observed them roughhousing and practicing layup basketball moves. Plaintiffs heard defendant Diddy tell his sons to watch the gate and make sure no one left. Plaintiffs observed defendant Gonzalez outside the front door, where the front door was barricaded by yellow crime scene-like tape. The door lock was unusual because it was facing backwards, needing the key to exit. Fearing no way to escape, Plaintiff Jane Doe mentioned to Plaintiff John Doe that she overheard them say, "Put it on top of the refrigerator," and instructed Plaintiff John Doe to check to see if there was anything on top of the refrigerator. Plaintiff John Doe found a knife on top of the refrigerator in the kitchen. Plaintiff then heard ramblings from the room. Plaintiff Parham was in and went in to check on her and to stop her from making too much noise that could throw out their escape plan. Plaintiffs told Plaintiff Parham they were not going to hurt her and that they were here to help. Plaintiff Parham, just now coming into consciousness and being horrifically gang raped, was upset, terrified, and unsure if plaintiffs were trying to help or were also co-conspirators. Plaintiffs eventually were able to get Plaintiff Parham to calm down and listen to their escape plan. Plaintiffs told Parham they could not find an exit to escape and needed her to escape. Otherwise, they all would be killed or unalived. Plaintiff Parham, after experiencing her ordeal with the defendants, believed plaintiffs and agreed to help in an escape. Plaintiffs told Plaintiff Parham they had found the knife and that her savings were in the backyard, which was believed to be the best exit for escape. Plaintiff Parham then exited home with the knife concealed to the backyard. Shortly thereafter, defendant KK returned and took Plaintiff Jane Doe to the balcony, leaving Plaintiff John Doe alone in the residence. Plaintiffs believed defendant KK did not check the residence because she believed Plaintiff Parham was still unconscious. While on the balcony, defendant KK demanded Plaintiff Jane Doe sign documents. When plaintiff refused, defendant yelled to at least 2 bodyguards. Plaintiff would not sign and asked them to assist. Plaintiffs believe the documents were related to creditors' claims plaintiffs had against the Michael Jackson estate. During this interaction, parties hear a gunshot, which causes everyone to run towards the backyard where the shot came from. Plaintiff John Doe, who was left alone and unattended, was able to reach the stairs where he saw Plaintiff Parham with a knife, looking as if she was about to stab defendant Diddy, and he yelled out, "Do it, stab him," but he saw Plaintiff Parham hesitate. Plaintiff John Doe observed Diddy push Plaintiff Parham down at the bottom of the stairs, and Plaintiff John Doe believes he assisted her up. Plaintiffs were briefly then reunited, and Plaintiff John Doe told Plaintiff Jane Doe now was their opportunity to escape. Following Plaintiff Parham, plaintiffs ran out the back gate onto the street and then the opposite direction of Plaintiff Parham. Plaintiffs arrived at the house next door to the residence and banged on the door and yelled for help. The wife came out and said that she and her husband could not help. Plaintiffs found the exchange bizarre and could not understand why they would not help or call 911. Plaintiffs were able to then try to hide until they saw an officer report to the location where they attempted to speak with the officer. Before plaintiffs were able to speak to the local officer, defendant Pelletier appeared and obstructed plaintiffs from speaking to the responding officer, telling the responding officer a federal investigation was ongoing and not to interfere. Defendant Pelletier told the officer to turn off his body camera. Defendant Pelletier told the officer he was working on a case for drug trafficking and had the house under surveillance and would report later to the local precinct. Defendant Pelletier refused to refer to plaintiffs and Plaintiff Parham as suspects and said they were homeless. When plaintiffs tried to refute these statements by defendant Pelletier, they were threatened and told to shut up and remain quiet. Defendant Gonzalez then transports and removes plaintiffs from the interaction with defendant Pelletier and the responding officer. Defendant Gonzalez placed plaintiffs in another vehicle, which was hard to see due to the darkness. Plaintiff Jane Doe pleaded with the defendant Gonzalez to let them go and that she would not tell. In a last-ditch effort, plaintiff told defendant she overheard defendants Jaguar and Helena say they were not going to pay him and that there was not enough money for him. Unbeknownst to plaintiffs, defendants Jaguar and Helena were in a nearby vehicle. Defendant Gonzalez exited the vehicle and went to the vehicle with defendants Jaguar and Helena and confronted them about what plaintiff Jane Doe said. Defendant Gonzalez returned to the vehicle where plaintiffs were being held, seemingly confirming what plaintiff Jane Doe said, because plaintiffs heard him use the Spanish term mayate, which is often used as a slur towards Black people. Defendant Gonzalez then walked plaintiffs, mayate, I don't know. Defendant Gonzalez then walked plaintiffs to a nearby street where the SUV was parked and gave plaintiffs the keys to the vehicle and released them. Plaintiffs then arrived at Blank, the main road that leads to the I-24 freeway, and asked another commuter the nearest police station is. The nearest police station, as plaintiffs did not have any phones and their vehicle did not have GPS. They were given instructions. They were closed and how to proceed to the police station. Plaintiffs arrived at the police station at 22 Orinda Way, California. Plaintiff John Doe walked in the police station with the intention of filing a police report, but remember overhearing a conversation from the defendants on their transport. When defendants believed he could not hear them, that if plaintiffs ever reported the incident, they will be deemed crazy and non-believable. Plaintiff John Doe was also concerned about the exchange with the responding officer on the scene and how he refused to listen to his pleas. Then, plaintiff John Doe then only briefly spoke to someone at the front desk about filing a report and took a business card. So this is the first cause of action, which is Racketeer, Influence, and Corrupt Organization, or RICO Act. And this is against all defendants. So all defendants are being part of this first cause of action for racketeering, okay, for the RICO. So I'm not going to go over this. So what do y'all think about this? So at the very beginning, I said I believe it's liar versus liar. There's a lot of inconsistencies and weird stuff going on. And I believe Jad was added because she's out here lying, saying that she is a sex trafficker and she sex trafficked people, and them saying she started a revolt. Like she started a revolt. Come on now. So let me actually go to find all the rest of Jack mentions and make sure I covered everything as far as her being mentioned. Defendants knowingly benefited from the Diddy's sexual abuse and cover-up enterprise as they retain employment benefits and other monetary benefits. So Jack has been listed as an employee of the Combs enterprise, or the Diddy's sexual abuse and cover-up enterprise, as an employee. So it's saying that she retained employment benefits and other monetary benefits. Specifically, defendant Shane mysteriously had a brand new car upon information and belief provided to him by defendant Diddy, and thanks in appreciation of facilitating the essay on plaintiff. Defendants Pelletier, Valdez, Jaguar, and Helena received and handled cash on behalf of the enterprise. So Jag obviously handled cash on behalf of the enterprise, but she's a sex trafficker. She actually said on Piers Morgan and even on Scott's channel that she sex trafficked people for Diddy. Defendants Odell and Druski received benefits related to their celebrity, specifically defendant Druski, who had a television show on the Revolt TV network. Defendants Pelletier, Gonzalez, Valdez, Helena, and Jag committed unwanted contact with plaintiff Doe in a harmful and offensive manner, including but not limited to by inflicting severe physical abuse against plaintiffs. So Jag is, a part of the whole Diddy organization, they're saying, to where she actually physically assaulted some of the plaintiffs, physical abuse against the plaintiffs. Now, and you know, Jack says she's a trafficker and that she trafficked people. So she said since 2005, so no telling how many people she allegedly trafficked, right, Jack? Do you remember all the people you trafficked? Tuts. The ninth cause of action Jag is under there. It says it includes plaintiffs Shane, KK, Pelletier, Gonzalez, Valdez, Odell, Druski, Jag, Helena, Brandy, and Doze. And for this one, it says plaintiffs incorporate by reference and reallege each other proceeding and all paragraphs below as though fully set forth and brought in this case a cause of action. Defendants' conduct create a risk of physical or emotional harm to plaintiffs. Defendants knew and had reason to know that plaintiffs Parham and John Doe were at risk of SA and abuse by defendant Diddy. Despite the knowledge of the danger and the participation in the Diddy sexual abuse and cover-up enterprise, defendants did not alert plaintiffs to the risk of SA, harassment, kidnapping, physical assault, rape, and other attacks by defendant Diddy. In fact, defendants facilitated and assisted defendant Diddy in his alleged deviant activities and despicable behavior. Defendant Pelletier represented he was lawfully transporting plaintiff Doze for the purpose of outstanding warrants. Defendant Shane specifically represented to plaintiff that she will be safe while a guest in his home and will be free of risk of attack. Defendants had reason to know that plaintiffs would be unaware of the risk of SA, harassment, kidnapping, physical assault, rape, and other attacks by defendant Diddy and the Diddy sexual abuse and cover-up enterprise. A warning to plaintiffs by any defendant that they were at risk of sexual assault, harassment, kidnapping, physical assault, rape, and other attacks by defendant Diddy or any other defendant will have reduced the risk of harm to plaintiffs. As a legal and direct result of the aforementioned conduct and omission of the defendants, plaintiffs were SA, harassed, kidnapped, physically assaulted, raped, and are otherwise attacked and robbed of their dignity and personal safety. The depraved attacks on plaintiff caused plaintiff to suffer serious psychological and physical harm from which she may never fully recover. As a direct and legal result of defendant's failure to warn, plaintiffs suffer damages, both economic and general non-economic damages according to proof. Okay, let me see if there are any more mentions of Jag. She's also mentioned in the 13th cause of action, which is unjust enrichment. And for unjust enrichment, plaintiffs incorporate by reference and reallege each of the preceding paragraphs and all paragraphs below as though fully set forth and brought in this cause of action. Defendant Shane received significant revenue. I think I read this. A car for his betrayal. And Jag received revenue. So that's kind of like it's repetitious revenue in the form of cash payment for her involvement. For their involvement in the plaintiff Doe's assault, battery, false imprisonment, and role in Diddy sexual abuse and cover-up enterprise. Other defendants named herein received significant revenue for their involvement in plaintiff's assault and their roles in the Diddy sexual abuse and cover-up enterprise. So they're saying that Jag received financial benefits from this whole thing as a trafficker. Defendants appreciate and have knowledge of such benefits and retain them to this day. So Jag, obviously, when you're on Piers Morgan saying that you're a trafficker, you're not doing it for free as a supplier, right? Under principles of equity and good conscience, defendants should not be permitted to retain the profit they received and retained at plaintiff's expense while refusing to provide compensation for the injuries suffered by plaintiffs as a result of their unlawful conduct, including their failure to guard against, educate as to, or otherwise failure to prevent such injuries inflicted on plaintiffs. Under principles of equity and good conscience, defendants should not be permitted to retain the profit they received and retain at plaintiff's expense. Okay, that is like a same paragraph. Okay, let me actually go down. Plaintiffs seek restitution and are disgorgement of all monies defendants have unjustly received and retained as a result of their unlawful conduct and participation in the Diddy S abuse and cover-up enterprise alleged herein. So what I do know is that sometimes, frivolous or not, one lawsuit usually leads to another. So by them adding her to this, and then don't forget that last one where she wasn't added as a defendant. She wasn't added as a defendant, but she was added as something else. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, y'all. So yeah, of course. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me actually check something real quick because somebody sent me a message on IG. Shout out to Marsha. Marsha says wings on me, Dani. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Again, shout out to Marsha for the fan funding super sticker. Lemon says, I can't, and I won't tolerate such foolishness. Yes, I can't, I won't tolerate such foolishness either, child. Mess. But so I'm gonna put up a poll. Do y'all believe that these statements are true in this lawsuit, or it's just what I said at the very beginning? Liar versus liar, and may the best person win. Okay? Yeah. Shout out to Skilo for gifting a membership. If you are gifting a membership from Skilo, please say thank you for the gift of membership. Again, please say thank you for the gift of membership. I'm also going to pull up Pacer to make sure if there's anything else I can discuss with this as well. And talk about for the Parham case or any other things. So I want to see what was like before this document. Okay, hold on. So this is another thing saying revenue. Malice is attributable to defendant Diddy's actions as a joint tortfeasor, and that he joined and facilitated the false imprisonment and maliciously instigated it. Malice is further attributable to defendants Gonzalez, Valdez, Jag, and Helena as security personnel for defendant Diddy, whose actions independently based on the fact that defendant Diddy wanted to prevent plaintiffs from being able to escape. So that's all the times that Jag is mentioned. Again, this is like an amended lawsuit. It's nothing new. It's just amended. So if you have been following this, you already know that this is actually an old lawsuit. And as you can see right here, respectfully submitted March 7, 2025. They're demanding for a jury trial. And there's the lawyer's information right there. The acts of the defendants, each of them herein alleged, were willful, wanton, malicious, and oppressive, justifying the awarding of punitive damages. So yeah, that's the lawsuit. So I'm gonna put up a poll. What do you think about this lawsuit? And yeah, now we'll see what happens with this, but it's kind of like this. People will say, "Oh, Jag was telling the truth. She actually is a sex trafficker connected to Diddy, and her stories are real." Yeah. And then on the other side, that's not a good look to be working for Diddy. If Diddy is in a slammer for being his actions and having co-conspirators and Rico stuff, that means his people that are working with him and involved in it should also be what? In jail. What makes her better than Diddy if she's working with Diddy? You see what I'm saying? My, how very interesting. Who wants to be a sex trafficker and traffic people? So what is Jag gonna say about this, Toots? Now, what I want is Jag to be, you know, it to go way further to where she have to answer or show up to court and say this or say that. In a court of law or something, or, you know, something happening to where she will have to speak. Speak, bitch. But to be honest, I don't really take this seriously, so I don't think most people will take it seriously. I'll be honest. I don't take this seriously. And number one, if I actually believe Parham before or anything about it, which I did not, to be honest, her adding Jag lying as to this thing, it takes away the credibility. And again, that's just my opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I know Jag she ain't do none of this stuff. And she ain't do none of this stuff that they're talking about. She never went to no Diddy freak off and parties or none of this stuff. So since they're adding Jag to this, it makes it less credible. That's all I can say. But I'm gonna put up a poll, and also give me a second to search this case up. I'm going to search this case up to see if there are any other documents, okay? So give me just a moment. So I'm seeing they asked for an extension on February 6, 2025. They added they were given an extension of time to amend the complaint. Motion for extension of time to amend, and then they amended it, and then they submitted it. And then let's see here. Ciao. And let me actually open this up real quick. So, child, I had to go see myself on the docket, okay? Because I'm like, this thing it seems like it's all child. So, yeah, Lord have mercy, y'all. When I wake up in the morning, I'll be like, is this even real? Or did I imagine what happened? Yeah, it's on the docket. This is actually on the docket already. It's on Pacer. Let me pull this up so I can show y'all this. Hold on. Let me download this one. I'm gonna download the document that came before this one. The last two. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. That one and download this one. Okay, that one won't let me download. It's just a text notice. The judge wrote on February 6th as ordered by Judge Rita F. Lynn granting docket number 16 motion for extension of time to amend. Plaintiff shall file her amended complaint by March 7th which was yesterday, right? Plaintiff will thereafter have the statutory period to comply with service as of the date of the amended complaint. This is a text-only entry generated by the court. There is no document associated with this entry. So the judge actually gave them an extension or a time to amend to March 7th. So that's why they had to submit it by then. And let me pull this up. So this was February 6th. And it says plaintiff's unopposed motion to extend time to comply with court order. It says plaintiff respectfully moves his court to extend the time to comply with the court's January 14, 2025 order. Plaintiff has recently discovered new facts that must be alleged, and require plaintiff to amend her complaint. Plaintiff has been investigating these facts for their veracity and has concluded such amending of his complaint is veracity, and has concluded such amending of his complaint is required in the interest of justice. So I guess plaintiff has been investigating, and in my opinion, her investigations was trying to figure out, who's possibly linked or connected to Diddy. And Jack has been out here acting like she has been trafficking victims since 2005. So she's actually a perfect person to add to this fairy tale. I mean this lawsuit. Additionally, the main defendant in this litigation, Sean Combs, aka Diddy, is currently incarcerated in Brooklyn, New York, where he is awaiting criminal proceedings against him. Due to the rules in New York for serving an inmate, counsel, as well as other litigants who have litigation against defendant, Combs find it difficult to serve defendant. Counsel has contacted attorneys for defendant Combs to discuss waiver, but these attorneys never responded to counsel's inquiry. Counsel is sure the attorneys it contacted for defendant Combs was the correct attorney because the same attorney filed suit against Ms. Mitchell on behalf of defendant Combs. In the interest of fairness and justice, plaintiff seeks an extension of 30 days in which to amend and refile his complaint and then subsequently serve the complaint on the defendants. This motion is unopposed because no defendant has been served and there is no one to oppose plaintiff's motion. Plaintiff has not requested an extension of time before, and the extension of 30 days will not prevent the litigation from proceeding to a timely resolution, as no defendant have been served nor will be prejudiced by this brief extension. That's signed by Ariel Mitchell, Esquire, February 6, 2025. And this is a declaration. So this is her trying to, now Erica Wolf definitely is somebody that, is with, Diddy's and Diddy's camp as a lawyer that has been on some of his filings. Yeah, they have been. So she's correct. And then I guess it's the email that she wrote to Miss Wolf. She says, Miss Wolf, first, my name is Ariel Mitchell. Please only refer to me as Miss Mitchell, not Miss Mitchell Kid. The fact that you cannot even get my name right goes to the heart of your disingenuous nature of your client and everyone around him. You and our Mr. Combs cannot and will not threaten me, especially not with a poorly drafted letter and facts enumerated in your letter. This will be my only response. Since you are here, will you be waiving service on behalf of my clients, Miss Parham and Miss Grayson? Are you even authorized to do so, or are you only authorized to send letters full of empty threats? Namaste! Child, you, Ariel, something tell Ariel you need help. And a lot of your clients you be representing, I'm just saying, Ariel Mitchell. That you actually gonna submit that as your letter. From Erica Wood to Ariel Mitchell Kid, please see attached correspondence. Hold on, let me go back up real quick. Did I skip something? I missed something. Exhibit B. Diddy sues accuser Courtney Burgess and lawyer Ariel. Diddy has filed a $50 million lawsuit. Yeah. So she is hot and pressed about that lawsuit. Diddy has sued Ariel Mitchell, Courtney Burgess, and I forgot. Oh, yeah. News Nation. Yeah, I think News Nation. So that's the Diddy lawsuit. And I can check on updates on that too and see if there's any updates. Hold on. So that's just the summons area. And talking about serving. Plaintiff will have 30 days to file an amended complaint on or before March 7th. This is like a proposed order. Plaintiff will therefore have the statutory period to comply with service as of the date of the amended complaint. Okay. So the judge did grant this and pretty much like agreed to have the March 7th. That's why they filed it. Now give me a second to actually check on the Courtney Burgess one since it was mentioned. See, she is upset because those same lawyers, as she stated, sued her on behalf of Diddy, Ariel Mitchell, Courtney Burgess, and News Nation. So that's also an ongoing lawsuit. So she said, since y'all are serving me from that for Diddy, I know y'all represent Diddy, or y'all could be contacted for Diddy. So that's what she's trying to imply. Okay, let me actually check the other case and then I'll be done. Combs versus Burgess. And where's Courtney Burgess? He been laying low. A heavy head can lay low sometimes without being seen, I guess. Yeah, the lie is no changes. It's just that they're still trying to serve people. And as of now, I don't see anybody actually being served. But I see a notice of appearance. Let me see, who is that? Just for Sean Combs' lawyer. So I really don't, the amended summons were issued, but I don't see any changes for that one. So that's that. So let me go ahead and put my poll up. And the poll is pretty much, do y'all think this is like a kind of like a LaMisha lawsuit or a real authentic lawsuit? But Jack has got me press. Oh, I got Jack up early. Somebody said Jack up early. You up early? I broke the news to you, bitch. Oh, my bad. I forgot what live I was on. I broke the news to you, bitch. Wake up. Cock-a-doodle-doo, bitch. Jack it up. Rise and shine, toots. You're getting sued, bitch. You a fucking trafficker. That's what you happens when you get on live line. Yo, bald-headed ass got online lying, and now let's see if you want to stick to your allegations about supplying Diddy with sex workers since 2005 with your flip phone, bitch. You had camera phone since 2005, bitch. Okay, and they're recording all these freak offs you never turned in for evidence. Okay. And then now all of a sudden, let's see what you're going to say now about being a trafficker. Woo! Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, she can't say nobody didn't sue her yet. But I think that she was expecting like Diddy or Jay-Z or somebody like that. She didn't think it was going to be an actual victim. She didn't think it was going to actually be an actual victim, Ashley Parham. Ashley Parham said you sex traffic her, okay? and for people that don't know what's going on, I'm sorry, but you're in a different sector. This is not something I would usually be doing in a reading a lawsuit. But if you're in this Jack sector, you know exactly why I'm chuckling, because it's fake. Okay. Okay. Everything Jack is saying about all this stuff, it's a lie. Okay. It's a lot. That's why I'm not taking it seriously. So anybody adding her to this mess and she was there, and that's like a lot, Misha. But that's my opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So let me put up this poll, like I've been saying. Lord have mercy. So let me see. I mean, outside it says like, oh, I can't believe she's laughing at this lawsuit with this Diddy lawsuit. She's chuckling while reading it. Yeah, you'll soon find out. Just like it's like a lot Misha filing a lawsuit. To be honest, in my opinion. Hold on. But I'm glad I'm in this set because most people in this set to know good and well what's going on. Okay. So close that. And while y'all up this time of morning, I'm getting my belt out. Yeah, y'all should have been in bed. Okay, take the poll. Is this a Misha lawsuit or is it credible? Yeah. I was 10 years old. I was 13 years old. They made me eat the jelly bean. I didn't want to eat the jelly bean. It was nasty. Like she was under the sea with the mermaid, child. And I got my song for that. What's that song? A mess.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
Show me what you got. Bend over and touch your toes and eat it. Do your dance and eat it. Now show off. Show them what you got. Show off and eat it. Eat that dance up. Eat that dance up. Eat that dance up. Eat that dance up. Eat it. Shake that ass. Eat it. Eat it. Watch me eat it up. Watch me tear it up. Watch me fuck it up. I'm sexy. I look good as fuck. I'm fucking up. I'm turning up. I'm showing out. Watch me show her out. Cut up.
They made me eat the jelly bean. I want to eat the jelly bean. It was nasty. They said that 15-inch dildo. And they pounded up my booty. Like, and she had everybody out here crying and like, oh, poor Misha. And it turned out she is a white lady underneath the blur. They removed the blur and it's a white lady. And then I'm on the table. I was 10 years old on the table. I was 11 years old. Clive Davis at 13 years old on the table. And then it turns out to be a Filipino lady on the table. That ain't you. That's a Filipino. That's a Filipino lady. That ain't you, bitch. That ain't your forehead. That ain't your hair. That ain't your nose. That ain't your skin color. That ain't nothing, bitch. That ain't you. Okay, Misha. Girl, if you don't have a seat. So take the pause. This is another lie, like a lie, Misha. Do y'all think the Ashley Parham story is real? Now, to be honest, I never really focused on the Ashley Parham story, but now that they added Jag in there, in fact, they put Jag on the scene. Now they lost credibility. The credibility went from, to I don't know to zero, nada. Adding Jag, you lost all credibility now. You put her on the scene. She pulled up to the scene with her silly missing because her hair missing, the edge is missing. And y'all sitting there lying, putting her on the scene. Okay, now here's the thing, y'all. There are some people out there that are going to believe this. People are going to believe this. And some people are going to be calling her a trafficker, a sex trafficker, a abuser, a violator. All. To be honest, you lied. So now people are going to believe it. My. How very interesting. Oh, shit. And to be honest, I those clips everywhere, all over TikTok and everywhere. Put the clips up of Jack on Piers Morgan claiming to be a sex trafficker. Put it on IG, Facebook. Put the lawsuit up in all those clips. You wanted the name of a sex trafficker, you got it, temporarily at least. My. See, you want, so Diddy. So now your name is Jiddy. So not like Diddy, but Jiddy. Jiddy. That's Jag's new name. Okay. Not the she Diddy already talking about Adria English. So you gotta be Jiddy or what can we call Jag? Because she's his employee. Diddy's she's Diddy's employee. Lock her up. She already got 2 felony warrants. Lock her up and throw away the key with Diddy and ship her off to New York after she serves her time in Dallas, Texas. That's what I want to know. So take the poll. Let me look at the poll real fast because I got to go to bed. Yes. Oh, Lord, Jag, you're going to be all over mainstream media as a sex trafficker along with your partner in crime, Rico and Diddy. Is this lie, Misha lawsuit are credible? 48% says it's a lie, Misha lawsuit. Yeah, they made me eat the jelly bean. I'm in the DMG shirt. I'm a white lady. I'm a Filipino lady. I'm a blur. They got my pictures online. Like, girl. 9% says credible. 24% says somewhat credible. And 19% says still thinking about it. See, the 9% of people out there that say it's credible, they believe that you are a sex trafficker and all the allegations in this lawsuit, it ain't good. A rapist, and cover-upper and all that, because co-conspirator. 24% says somewhat credible, so they believe some of this stuff in here is credible. And girl, there you go, Jack. 18% are still thinking about it, child. They up late and they got to think about this some more. And I go with the majority. I'm sorry, but it comes across as a lie. Misha, the moment they added Jag in here saying that she driving and she doing any of this stuff, and that she has any connection to Diddy, you lost me. Okay. And with that, I'll see y'all later. I'm just going to wait for everybody to go live and talk about it. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen with this. Woo, child. Who knows I needed this? What a great way to start the weekend. Anyways, y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all next live. So now y'all got 2 lives to catch up on, y'all. My. Oh, let me give a shout out real quick. I'm trying to get off here. Let me give a shout out. Woo, child, y'all. I can't wait for this. Report. Shout out to University of Marie. Thank you so much for joining the membership. I say renewing your membership. I appreciate it. Somebody did message me, so let me check on that message before I get off here, because I'll need to try to hop back on here now. Okay, so I didn't read a super sticker. Maybe didn't. Oh, hold on. I will say this. Sometimes if I don't read a super sticker, if I have it, I will pin it. So I don't always read it. Sometimes I'll only pin it. Okay. So it's nothing, I'm not mad at anybody or anything like that. Or sometimes I actually might forget to read it. But if I pin it for a long time, that's showing that I'm actually acknowledging it or showing appreciation for it because I pinned it. If I forget to read it, sometimes you can message me on IG and say, can you read it? Can you read it? Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, I will at least pin it for sure, but I might forget to actually get around to reading because sometimes I pin it before I get to read it and the lives get. But yeah, don't think anything negative if I don't read your super sticker. Think something if I actually block you and I delete it. Delete you. Not if I pin it, I'm recognizing and appreciating it. Okay, so that's just the general message for everybody. Okay. But anyways, so y'all saying Diddy, Diddy. We gotta think of a new name for her because now she's according to this lawsuit, allegedly she's a Diddy co-conspirator. Y'all know how she ran with the Jay-Z lawsuit and said Jay-Z, and she didn't say, she said he was guilty already. So I mean, I'm just saying. So yeah, Diddy is Diddy. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in my title. # Diddy. Oh shit. And then Dani went live late last night, and then she know that Jagger's not in that lawsuit, and Jagger's in that lawsuit, and then Dani was like, "Oh my gosh, and Jagger's getting sued, and that lawsuit is a lie." Okay, y'all believe all the other Diddy lawsuits, but not this one. Why y'all believe all the other Diddy lawsuits, but not this one? What's wrong with this one? Why y'all believe this one? Huh, Jag? Huh? Anyways, y'all have a great rest of the weekend. I'll see y'all later.
Eat it, 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 shake that ass, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, bounce that ass, bounce that ass, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat that dance up, eat that dance up. I'ma hit you back, I'ma hit you back. Run up, you done up. I'ma hit you back, I'ma hit you back. I hit up, back, I hit up. Run up, you done up. I'ma pack you up, I'ma pack you up. Hit you back, pack you up. I'ma hit you back, hit you back. I hit up, back, I hit up, back. I heard you coming for me, let's see. Talking on this mat like I won't fight back, like I won't hit back, like I won't clap back. They saying my name like it's a game. You wanna fight? Well, it's on sight. Drop your location, put this in motion. You playing offense, I'm playing defense. Defending myself, I'm about that shit. I'm with the shit. 2-piece, no Popeye. Now you looking Popeye. You gon' get these hands. I ain't lying, I ain't playing. You got one more time before I make time. I got time today. I'ma hit you back. I'ma hit you back. Run up, you done up. I'ma hit you back. I'ma hit you back. I hit up, back. Hit up, back. Run up, you done up. I'ma pack you up, I'ma pack you up, hit you back, pack you up, I'ma hit you back, hit you back. Hit up, I was minding my biz, chasing my paper. You came for me first, like a hater. Now I'ma give it to you straight, no chaser. If I don't get you now, I'ma get you later. Now welcome to the docket. You on the docket, I knew you was a hater. Then clocked it, tick-tock on the clock. You next, it's obvious. You ain't got a full deck, hands on automatic. It's a reflex, equal opportunity hands, they don't discriminate. I'm throwing hands off a line and clapping back on line. I don't got time, but I will make time. I'ma hit you back, run up, get done up. I'ma hit you back, I'ma hit you back. Hit up, back, run up, get done up. I'ma pack you up, I'ma pack you up. Hit you back, pack you up. I'ma hit you back, hit you back. Hit up, you came with me first. Now you playing victim. Run up, get done up. Pull up, you won't pull off. What you thought this was, who you thought I was. Fucked around and found out. Now you need a timeout. Roll a check, you can't cash. Wouldn't sit down, so I set you down. Match and match, met these hands. I match energies. You did this, I did that. I match. You see how that work? Come get this work. Get this work. Don't get mad when I clap back. Should've stepped back. Told you to get gone, to leave me alone. But you kept it up, wouldn't back it up. Now you ain't your feelings. Mad cause I'm winning, can't handle this heat. This pressure can't handle my mouth. It's a stressor. I'ma hit you back. I'ma hit you back. Run up, get done up. I'ma hit you back. I'ma hit you back. Hit up, back. Run up, get done up. I'ma pack you up. I'ma pack you up. Hit you back. Pack you up. I'ma hit you back. Hit you back. I hit up, back. Keep it to yourself. Get a seat, keep it cute, keep it cute, keep it classy, class, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it watching, keep them guessing, keep them guessing, keep them guessing, keep them guessing, keep them hating, keep them hating, keep them hating. I can't upset back up, that's none of your biz. Hold up, that's none of your biz, 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 I'm moving this side, none of your biz, no biz, I'm moving this side, moving this side, telling haters your kids will cost you. Don't tell them nothing, don't let them know nothing. Move it silent, keep it to yourself, keep it a secret. Keep it cute, keep it class, keep it class, keep it class, keep it moving, keep them watching, keep them guessing, keep them hating, they jealous, that they know, lose ground, all not telling you nothing, not letting you in, not letting you in my circle. Stay out of my biz, stay out of my face. Stop asking me questions. You heard what I said. Stop asking me questions. Don't make me get ratchet. Get ratchet. Please don't step back up. That's none of your biz. Hold up. That's none of your biz. 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 I'm moving this. Yo, biz. I'm moving this side. Moving this side. You wanna know my plans, my actions, how I move, how I do, what I'm gon' do, when I'm gon' do. You wanna know my goals, my steps. You out of my biz. 21 questions. Next question. Skip now, dip out. I plead the spit back up. That's none of your biz. Hold up. That's none of your biz. 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 I'm moving this. Yo, I'm moving this side. I'm headed to the top. Can't stop, won't stop. I'm pressing straight, no chaser. Ambitious, go get it. I'm hurt. Let's go. I'm headed to the top. Stuff out of that mother. I'm headed to the top. It's where I'm going. No more question. I keep up, step back up. That's none of your biz. Hold up. That's none of your biz. 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 I'm moving this. None of your biz. I'm moving this.